Now, I just be dipped in shit and rolled in fucking breadcrumbs, because I know damn well I just didn't hear Obama say what the fuck I heard him say.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine if you are new here. If you're new, of course, hit that subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I am still trying to gather my words to have this discussion because there is an agenda to destroy the nuclear family. There is an agenda to not need masculine men in our lives, in our children's lives. There is an agenda, and they are trying to push it in every way possible. And as a mother of a black boy, all I can do is pray and ask God to keep my child covered from the destruction to try to make being masculine bad, somehow make it toxic, somehow make it dangerous for him to be a masculine young man, a masculine man. The agenda. So, our former president, Mr. Barack Obama, sat down with his wife, Michelle Obama, on her podcast, and they discussed the, what young boys need, what young men need to be good young men, And I'm going to just play this clip, and we're going to come back and talk about it.
That's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So that I think is creating that community. I know it's corny, but that's what they need.
So I had to watch it a few times. I'm not going to lie. I had to watch it because I said, okay, let me watch it. Let me not just watch the clips. Let me actually watch the discussion. And when it started out, if you want to go watch the whole podcast, you can. But when it started out, it was like, okay, yes, he's right. We need, black boys need role models and, have it. I thought it was going with the idea that they can need other men outside their dad, like their coaches, their teachers, just having good, upstanding men in their lives to add to their village. Not replace the father, but to add to the village. But somehow it turns into a conversation around how young boys need a gay man in their lives to teach them about being compassionate and having empathy and how to not be ignorant. Wait a minute now. That one man, one father is not enough. The father can't be it all. He can't be everything. We know that. He can't be everything. Nobody can be any and everything, which is why there are coaches, which is why there are teachers, which is why there are mentors. Right? But to insinuate and basically state that you had a gay professor in your life to be your mentor was the reason why you were this way, or you knew this, and this is what young boys need. They need people like that. They need gay men in their lives, is absurd. It is absurd.
So I'm pregnant with a boy, my first child, my son, the light of my life. And when I think about what my son is going to need in order to be great, I don't think, my son is really going to need a gay man. That's what my son needs, is a gay man to make sure that he's great. It's very important to me that my son has his father first and foremost. It's important to me that my son sees his father and I love and respect one another, even if we're not romantically involved. Love and respect one another as people and as his parents. It's very important to me that my son has Christ in his heart. It's very important to me that my son is literate, that he has the ability to read and write and verbally communicate. It's very important to me that my son has access to play freely and play outside and run around. It's important to me that my son has access to high quality education. It's important to me that my son sees a reflection of himself around him that is positive, edifying, uplifting. It's important to me that my son has a healthy relationship with food. That's really important to me. It's important to me that my son has family around, people who he can trust, a village of his own. It's important to me that my son has a strong sense of self and the ability to articulate his thoughts and emotions. It's important to me that my son has a passport, a valid passport. I had my first passport at 18 months old. It's important to me that my son has math sense and he works well with numbers. Not one time have I thought my son needs to have a gay person in his life. Even hearing Barack Obama say it, it doesn't make sense. That's like saying my son needs to have a Mexican person in his life. My son needs to have a Jewish person in his life. No, he needs to have compassion, empathy, and understanding is what he needs to have.
When I say this literally broke my heart, because as I stated, there is an agenda, a full-blown agenda that they are trying to push on our young boys, especially our young black boys.
Barack, what? Why? Why? It's like there's an agenda to eradicate masculine men. What is this war against men? I just can't understand it. Why does a straight man need to confide in a feminine man for anything? Let's normalize men being men. The agenda you're pushing, it's not working. People are not falling for that anymore. Not even people in that community. It's not cool. I'm raising a young man, and I want him to be just that, a young man. He can go to his father, his uncle, his cousins, or any other masculine man to get the answers that he needs. He doesn't need to confide in a man who can't even relate to the issues he's going through.
Y'all heard her. There was no lies told. This is very sad. It's very sad because, again, you have the mother and you have a father. And what the mother can't give, the father gives. And what the father can give, the mother gives. And you have the people in the community to add to it. Not to replace the parent, not to, they need people to help them understand their parents. What? They need a gay man to help them understand the men in their lives. What? So because they date men, he can help him understand his dad? Come on. What are we doing here? They're trying to destroy the feminine and masculine blend, which creates a relationship. They want to destroy it completely. When has it ever been a problem for a boy to just have that father? Say he didn't have every mentor in the world, but he had a strong father in his life. Now that's not enough. He needs somebody in his life to teach him about his father. Yo, when I say I literally just cannot believe what is happening. What they are trying to do to our children. What they are trying to convince our children trying to make our boys believe that they shouldn't be masculine. They don't want our boys to be masculine. They want boys to basically stop listening to men. It's too many men talking. Well, who are they supposed to listen to? They shouldn't listen to masculine men talking about how to be men. They should be listening to men who are telling them what? How to be more soft.
Now, I just be dipped in shit and rolled in fucking breadcrumbs. Because I know damn well I just didn't hear Obama say what the fuck I heard him say. Now, I'm glad Mr. and Mr. Obama is taking time out and spending time and doing the podcast together and shit. But I just know I didn't hear Mr. Obama Sr. say what he said. This man had the audacity to fucking say that he believed young men would be a lot better if they had a prideful man in their life. If you know what I mean by prideful, that's just me trying not to get community guidelines. He said a lot of these young men need a prideful man in their lives to expose them to other things that they might have not seen from a regular man. From a regular man like they daddy. So they need a prideful man in their life to show them the other side of the world. But what the fuck is Obama talking about? I'm so sick and tired of him. Your presidency is fucking over. Sit the fuck down and stop trying to be fucking relevant. We know what you like. We been knew what you like. We know about you, and we know about Mr. and Mr. Obama. We know what you like. So why is you steady trying to force that shit down the throats of our black American people? Like, what the fuck is you doing? You are so detrimental to the black community, and a lot of black people don't even see it. You steady trying to force that shit down our throat, talking about something. A lot of young men would benefit from having a relationship with a prideful man to show them the other side of the world that they missing, that they won't get from their daddy. Obama, please take 3 default seats the fuck down. Sit down. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of Mr. and Mr. Obama spewing their doctrines out to the world for the world to see. I don't want to. What the fuck is you talking about? Sit the fuck down, Obama. Sit your ass down. Stop trying to be relevant. Stop trying to push that shit out into our culture. Like, goddamn, y'all don't see this shit. Y'all love Obama, boy, but look at the shit he steady doing. He for the decline of the black race. Because everything he talking about ain't increasing the black race at all. Man, if you don't sit your ass down, my sons don't need a prideful man in their life. They got a fucking father, a strong black man.
I am all for role models. I am all for it. Young black boys need it. They do. But that is not it's not needed in a way to replace the parent or teach them about the parent. It's about helping them understand how to grow up and be productive young men and do other things. They twist it in some way that they're teaching me about my dad. Not my mom. I need a man in my life who deals with men to teach me about my dad. Why he act the way he act. Why? Y'all, I am speechless. I want us to be aware that they are trying to taint the minds of our young boys. They don't want them to be strong. They don't want them to be masculine. They don't want them to be able to vocalize their likes, their dislikes, their opinions. They want to silence them. They want to soften them up. They want the women to run the show. Basically, they want the feminine woman or feminine traits to be in control. That's what they want. And for the president of the United States, former president of the United States, to sit on this platform and push this because that was your story. So because it worked for you and you needed that, allegedly, that's what all young boys need, is because he kept saying other men and they have other men. Essentially, you're saying gay men. And then you kind of called out, and I had me a gay professor. So you needed a gay professor to help you find your way? Why couldn't you just have a heterosexual man help you find? Why did it have to be a gay man that helped you? Now, again, if that man helped you, great. But why does the rest of the boys in the world need a gay man to help them find their way? To get what they need, to learn who they are, to be empathetic. You have a mother for that. Teach you about being empathetic. Teach you about being more soft. You have a mother for that. And you have a father to fill in where the mom can't. But there is oh my God, there's an agenda, y'all. And we have to pray for our babies and pray for the nuclear family and bring back Black love into the community, a man and a woman coming together for family and love. And yes, we need our role models. Yes, we need our mentorships. Yes, we need good teachers. All of that exists. All of that is true. Boys need it, the coaches, all of programs. But they are there to instill traits in our children, not to teach them about their parents. Especially if that child has a father, if they have an active father. This is adding to the village. Now, there are children out there who don't have a father, and that man might fill that spot. But again, it does not need to be a gay man to help that child find his way. They don't want masculine men, and they don't want masculine men. They are trying to make masculinity a problem. They're trying to make it an issue and toxic and negative. That's what they're trying to do. So be mindful and protect our babies. Please protect our babies. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. I would love to hear your thoughts on this conversation. Drop it down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, of course. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the conversation. I'm all over the place, y'all. I apologize. I just want our children to be successful, and I want their minds. They are children. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.